like this.
Y'all, we had quite a night, didn't we? This is Divorce Proof Club, okay? Season 7. I got Jamila and Orlando from the podcast. Y'all let them know your podcast real quick again so they get over there and get it.
Hi, we are Milah Orlando of the Love Like This podcast. We talk about the before, during, and after of falling in love, having conversations about our own love and experiences, and being an example so that other people can see how we love and customize their relationship to their own perfection that they need for themselves. Right?
Woo!
Good.
Love it. You guys are at week number 8. For those who don't know me, my name is Kenya K. Stevens. I am the best love coach on this planet. I run the Divorce Proof Club. I've written Up Level Communication and 9 Expressions of Love with my delicious husband of 30 years this summer, Carl. Y'all got to meet him tonight in our club. Tell me all the good. Tell me what you thought of my husband, Orlando. Hey, he took the guys to one side, right? And then I took the ladies. You gonna give us some secrets of what happened over there, or at least tell us how it was?
Carl is a gem. I'll say that much. He was great. He's very good at explaining in a calm way that like really cuts through everything and like you can get it. And then like even after his explanation, like his with your follow-up questions, he's very good at like navigating how to like get you to get it. And yeah, he's just a really good conversationalist. I can see why like y'all communication is really good because he can really sit and listen and also repeat and explain very well. So it was really good.
Oh my gosh, he's my best friend on the planet, and it's just it's been incredible to have children. I mean, just think of the household. Like we, it was just it's been wonderful. I'm so glad you got to experience him. And who's that? Oh, that's him coming. You coming on our podcast? Oh, he's coming upstairs to my room. You know, we have separate bedrooms.
Mhm.
My husband's bedroom is on the 3rd floor. My bedroom's on the 4th floor. And yeah. Anyways, so how was it for you, Jamila, to get with the ladies tonight? We separated the men's and the women folks.
It was nice. It was nice to hear, women talk women stuff and to compare uh, our batteries and our roles and what's difficult for us and why and compare. We're all in different places in our relationship, I feel like. So it was nice to just see where our common spaces were, to hear from you, to hear from them, to support each other. So it was nice.
That's good. You all know that I love the fact that you're here and getting these tools because now you're going to have the decision making tool. Tonight we did battery, everybody. So I'm going to just show them. Y'all already know, but I'm going to show them a little tidbit of what we worked on together. I do have wonderful slides that I always, when I was little, Jamila, I used to always be the teacher. Remember y'all play teacher?
Yeah.
I was always the teacher. Did you think that rubbed off or like I don't know? It's just
Clearly,
I
you did. It stuck. It stuck. That was that early manifestation.
I manifested being the teacher. Now I actually get to make slides. But the importance of decision making in relationships. Did y'all know that most of us don't have a decision making thing? Like, who made the decisions in your home growing up, Orlando?
Um, my mom, I was raised with a single mom, so she made all the decisions.
So, how did that affect you as a man or a boy or a man, I guess, growing up? Like, did you expect women to make the decisions in your relationships?
No, not necessarily. It affected me like quite negatively because like my mom had to have answers for things that she didn't have any answers for. So she kind of just like she just had to do something, and I guess I saw how like one person having to do everything isn't isn't the way to go about things, and how it could just negatively impact not only yourself but anybody else that's like closely around you, because we none of us have the capacity to do it all.
Okay. Well, who made the decisions in your house, Jamila? Because that doesn't sound what you went through, Orlando, sounds like you need a total rewire.
Yeah, yeah, that basically that's what it was. I had to rewire and structure or actually come up with my own way of going about things so that I didn't have anybody to show me like how to go about it. So I knew decisions had to be made. I just didn't know how to go about it. So I just had to go through life and just figure and like put together my own structure or way of like making decisions or going about things in life. Which is why I love that we're doing the battery because I finally get some type of like orbital structure and how to like go about things in a more decent way.
Yeah. Jamila, who made the decisions in your house growing up?
Um, I feel like there was a lot of communication issues in my house. I feel like maybe my mom did, but then my dad would make decisions behind her back, and so it was a lot of conflict and communication conflict. One time, my mom told me I couldn't go to Paris in the 12th grade because I was going to miss school, and my dad bought the ticket anyway. And I woke up for school, and she thought she was taking me for school, and I only him and I knew that he was taking me to the airport, and she fucking flipped out. But I went to Paris. But the point is, it wasn't very clear, and nobody was in good communication, so it just wasn't seamless.
Wow. Well, y'all have killed two birds with one stone because we did communication first and now decision making, like complete generational switch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
will not carry those generational patterns. That is deep. Your
Yeah.
father fought for you, but I'm sure like that was still traumatic. Like, sneaking around going to Paris. She
So
fought.
much sneaking around in my
Hmm.
household.
Yeah, and then I guess you can kind of always feel like there's going to be some type of detriment in any decision making that you make because, like, even something, because the decision makings always came across sneakingly and in a negative space.
It was never cohesive. Yeah. My
Yeah.
dad would sneak out, like it was just a
So I
mess.
can see how, like, decision making for you can always feel like a type of hindrance. Wow, I didn't know that about.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well, you can start to see like what where her patterns are. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels like your mother wanted to make all the decisions, but your dad had to sort of sneak and do what he. But do you feel like you took on your mother's mantle of I'm in charge?
Yeah, sometimes. And also I saw my mom like also not be able to make small decisions, like call my dad in the supermarket, like, Miles, should I get this bean or this bean? And I was like, come on now,
Mm.
just pick a bean. And that also frustrated me. So it was just like not very clear. She was codependent, but also wasn't in partnership.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
it was disenfragmented. I don't know.
That's deep. So, what we did with everyone here is we showed them our decision making tool. And our decision making tool is called the battery. So, it really takes 9 archetypes and takes them through a wheel of decision making. And this is what the guys and the gals went in tonight to discover. And we don't hear, and you guys can attest to this, here at Progressive Love Academy, we don't care if you have a penis or a vagina. Like if you want to get into more dominant masculine roles in the decision making battery, you can. If you want to get into more feminine submissive, because there's feminine dominant, feminine submissive, feminine neutral, you can be wherever you want on this chart, but you got to be in a lane. What did you all value most about really discovering these 9 archetypes and the battery?
Just being clear about who is comfortable doing what and what our roles are and just overall day-to-day things and our goals, long term and short term. And just even separating with you today, Kenya, being more clear about how I can be more in certain characteristics, certain embodiments of the devotee, the conservationalist, the lover, where it lacks, where I'm lacking softness or femininity in ways, and so just seeing it clearly on paper with definite definitions is definitely something that makes it easier to
Manifest.
no, to like actualize.
Yep. And to integrate. I mean, geez, I don't know how we have gone so long not having these basics. Like, I don't know. Because what would you say to men who are like, what is the battery? How would you explain it to a man who's just sort of off the cuff asking you, what the fuck is this?
Um, this is the proper conversation of asking somebody, what do you bring to the table? This is the much better way of asking, like, how do you bring to, because I really see a lot online of like just that conversation of like, well, what do men do? Men protect and provide. Women, they're nurturing and soft, and it's like, yeah,
But what do you
but,
do? What do we all bring
what
to
do
the
we all bring?
table
Like,
to
how do we
make the
bring to the
table
table?
stand up with four fucking legs?
Yeah, it just feels very generalized, and they can be like so many different ways to the point now where I was like, well, maybe protecting and providing isn't the modern way of like how a man shows up, because we all need to protect each other at the time. We all need to provide something, and so and men all need to be nurturing in some type of way. So, in what way does this help provide, and how can you like optimize and use this chart? For me personally. Um, it was this chart was confirming for us because we have our own ways of like doing things where Mila might come up with an idea or pick something that she thinks would looks nice and beautiful, and I'll be the one to be the soldier or be the one to like execute and actually put it up somewhere that actually makes sense. So we all have our roles, but without like actually seeing it in a healthy way and seeing it out like visually in front of us, we may just think like, well, you chose the thing, so you put it up too. And it's like, that's not really how it works. We all have to like intertwine and be woven in some type of way to where you have some roles or parts in this decision making or coming to this goal, and I have my roles in this. And it's okay to have roles within this space, and we all just optimize on those roles. And I think that if I had like proper communication or proper decision making or see better examples of that when I was younger, I would have
Mm.
been able to optimize on these things earlier in life and not now when I'm like 34. So it's about,
Jamila,
yeah.
can you imagine, Orlando, can y'all imagine knowing this, everybody
Hmm.
knowing this basic stuff from like age 5, and then you get into relationships at 13, 14, 15, 16, and you're already, moving in this and understanding this. So at least you know. Because I didn't tell y'all that, oh, we're going to go into it next week. I don't want to tell you. But just an easy piece of this, the monk coming up with what we want, what is our objective,
Yeah.
and the visionary coming up with how to achieve it. That's a basic balance of power between what we think of as masculine and feminine.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
how many of our fathers thought that I'm the man, I'm supposed to know what we're going to do and how we're going to do it?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So, the battery, guys, we can't say much about it. They know, like, I'm not even showing the page because I don't want to be irresponsible. If
Hmm.
you want to know about the battery, like, if people watching this want to know about the battery, what this is, you got to come and get it. I don't like giving it to nobody who don't know up level yet, because you're going to argue about your battery if you don't know when your ego's speaking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in that way, our tools sort of fit together in a certain order. But you guys have done the work. I don't have much to say about it this week. I just am happy that you guys are here. Next week, we're moving into your next tool. So I don't know. I don't know what questions to ask or what to say. What do you guys want to say before we go?
I
It's
have a
the after
question.
party.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hey, I have a question. Would you say the nine like deities or characteristics or how do you say like
Nine
um
steps.
no, like what do we call these all these characters?
Archetypes.
All these archetypes are archetypes of the higher self.
They're archetypes. Archetypes are all three. I mean, you got to think of the way they did archetypes in Kemet. It was an animal's head, a human, it may be a human body,
But then
and
there
it's a
was
divine trait.
okay, so
Yeah.
all of them because we're
Yes.
all of
Hmm.
the okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So they didn't see like animals as negative, like your animal is a negative thing. It was a part of your godliness. So yeah, it's all three and ego, animal, higher self represented in each archetype.
Right. I will say that I think this specific tool will be most helpful for men because I think that we work very well when we can have something that we can actually take and implement in our physical world and in our relationship. Like we can say, hey, this is your role, these are my roles. We're gonna play to our strengths and we're gonna get to whatever goal fast as we can, as best as we can, and really optimize on it. And another thing that we were discussing when we were doing the men's group was how customizable it could be. Like one of these archetypes was a leader, and so a leader. I feel really aligned with the leader, where I can be like the manager and see like, okay, you you do this, like this is how we're gonna get to this goal. But I was also saying in the men's group that I'm like a majority owner in that archetype for being a leader. So I can come up with the decision making. At the end of it, I can hold the responsibility because I made the decision, but I will still come to Mila and ask her input and ask her opinion on things. So it's not like, hey, this is your role. You take 100% of that role, and when you're finished with the role, then you come to me. And it's like, no, we can all have like our percentage of like how much we're intertwined into whatever archetype it is. So like if she's mostly like the lover and she can see like how bright and beautiful it is, and if she comes to me and goes, hey, I really love this idea. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful. We should really go forward to it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, the idea is cool. It's like she didn't hear no, so she's like, you don't love it as much as I think, as much as I hear you loving it, but I know it's a great idea and this is my space, so we're gonna go forward. And it's like, well, it's your decision to go forward. This is your archetype, and regardless of like my opinion, if you truly believe in it, then when it comes to me being the visionary next, then I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna see it because I believe in
Mm-hmm.
you being the majority owner of that archetype, and I believe in what you're saying. So you kind of have to also believe in the process of like your own partner and the archetype that they own and what archetype they feel strongly to, and they also have to believe in your process. But you can have a moment of like still taking their opinion or taking their suggestions within your own archetype. So it's beautiful that it can all be customized in whatever way works best for you. But having the foundation of this chart is so helpful.
Good. Do you remember all the time that we spent? It was just maybe a short period of time with men saying men and women aren't equal. Do you remember that little short period in Red Pill?
Yep.
It was a little, I mean, it may have been like 8 months, you know?
They're going back about who gets the sperm, who chases the sperm, who makes the baby, who makes the sex, who's more important, and like nigga, we need
Yeah.
both, obviously.
But it's just, it's so cool now that we can feel it as a condensed conversation that we're all having. And there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. Then it was the next thing. Like we experience time like that now. Like we remember talking about that back in the day, like this. Anyways, during that phase, when the women and men are equality stuff, I was just thinking about the battery. Like, what do they talk about? This is like, do you see now? And I think that's why he's saying men would do well on this because it's so clear the
Mhm.
importance and the power of these feminine spaces. They are equally important in power as these masculine spaces, which are equally important in power as these androgynous spaces.
Yep.
Yeah. It is no man or woman or that doesn't exist when it comes to roles. And if we could release that, we could honor what we're actually good at, and then we could come together and create and birth things that matter. We
That's
need to
it.
respect each other's roles, and it doesn't have shit to do with your genitals per se. And you can just respect your partner for what they're good at and come together to birth the things that you both agree to.
Right,
Yes.
right. Oh, and another thing that I thought of was this is a great way to not burn out and not be drained because
You don't
you
think you have to do it all by yourself.
Yes. Yes. Because
exactly
I used to be easily in these. I mean, I think women can easily get up here at the top. Don't you, Jamila?
That's what we discussed in our group is that a lot of the women have been functioning so highly in the top that when it's time to get into the softer, more feminine devotee lover, it's difficult for us. It's difficult and it's hard to release those top archetypes to our men because we've so diligently had to be in those spaces.
Hmm.
And so it is, it's a reprogramming on our part as well because socially we've all been fucked
Hmm.
without having a system that promotes equality, that promotes partnership, that promotes getting to the next level and birthing something and growth. I think, and a lot of us don't even realize, like a lot of these dumbass conversations and propaganda that we're hearing is intentionally so that we do not come together and manifest during fucking and get closer to the goal because that's how you keep people dumb, broke, and disenfranchised. You need to come together and have partnerships, and
Hmm.
the only way you could do that is if you respect each other and there's a system in order to pop out whatever the fucking vision is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Woo! Both of y'all are on fire with that. Yes.
And a
And
beautiful,
so, oh, go ahead. Uh huh.
I was gonna say a beautiful question that was posed in the men's group was, um, do you ever feel like when women have to do a certain amount of this work that it kills their sex drive? And we were like, yeah, we can see how it comes up. And something that I posed to the men was that sometimes it's not even the archetype; it's just something within the archetype that's making that sex drive like be recluse or drop down. Like maybe the archetype for a woman's archetype might be negotiator, where like they're bragging and they're talking about all the things that we accomplished and really making you feel good about it. But if she had to do the soldier before it, then I don't got the time to be, I don't have to, and the soldier is not really her strength, then I don't have the time or energy to give to like the negotiator.
Right.
So when you really figure out like what roles and what strengths, and maybe even within those archetypes, and knowing them, you could figure out what is in that that's really killing my sex drive. Because maybe I love being the soldier, but there's something within the soldier that's happening that's really killing it for me, and then
Right.
I don't have I don't have that part of me to give to my partner. So
Yeah.
once just knowing all of these really gets you to understand where it's this is the issue or is it something else, just like all the other things that upload.
I'm so excited to hear you understand that so clearly. I mean,
Yeah.
when you talk about leader, soldier, negotiator, this is what they learned tonight, y'all. Monk, devotee, conservationist, lover, and visionary. It is a easy, magical square. You understand? There's only 9 numbers in the whole universe. You know what I'm saying? And these are it. And so we just look at them in juxtaposition to each other and we say, wow, well, you understand? How do they work together? They
Mhm.
can work like this, they can work like this. And we just show them the science of how they work together.
Yeah.
More to come. I am so excited as always. I don't want to get too deep into the mysteries. I just want to say that we are teaching them proud and loud at the Progressive Love Academy, also at Pantheon, and we love it. Jamila and Orlando love it. Y'all would love it too. If you're interested, go to Progressive Love Academy. One thing that I was going to say to Jamila is she was so surprised tonight when I was sharing some of the feminine stuff, but our mothers didn't, they didn't, Jamila, they didn't, I don't want to say nothing bad about my mom. I'm just saying, like, they did not teach us the powers of those feminine deities. Did they?
No, I think a lot of a lot of the things we see as feminine have we've been taught are weak.
Thank you. So tonight, the women got the powers of those feminine deities, and I'm just so honored. Thank you all, per usual. We will see you again next week. We try to make it short and sweet. Tonight we went over because at Progressive Love Club, I mean at Divorce Proof Club, we want success. So we didn't time it. We just took it to the end, and we appreciate you staying up so late. We'll see you again next week.
I never knew there was a la 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 like this.